Do you still think that being gay is contagious?
That what's contagious?
That being gay is contagious.
Oh.
Because we just kind of like slipped past that and we talked about something else, and I can't stop thinking about it.
Okay, look. When I was in my 20s and 30s, if I was a bachelor today, not a married man, it's a different parameter. So, for example, why people call me Alpha King Nima to be exact. That is the embodiment of fuck bitches, get money.
But
And I say that with respect to the bitches, because Alpha King Nima loves the bitches. No, but I'm serious.
Yeah, keep going.
No, but I'm serious. So it's you know, it's
answer the question.
no, but it's two different things. It's are you if I'm married, I'm married. I'm locked in. I'm confirmed. I'm not playing games. That's
so
my
you're saying
my
a
daughter.
single man can be influenced to change his sexuality by a gay man.
Can I ask you a question?
You
Have you noticed how many more people are gay now in America
Of course.
than 50 years ago? I just watched a video, a gay man dressed as a woman dancing around a toddler.
I don't think it's fair to put drag queens and just
No, I do.
regular Joe
That's a
Schmo
part-
gay people in the same boat. Like I think it's reflecting badly on the
Put it like this.
average gay man.
Well, TikTok is a great example. They basically have a gay. I think he's gay. I heard a rumor that he might be a transvestite. Kuduzi, well known, head of marketing. Like he's one of the guys that helps curate the TikTok FYP. Anybody can find him on Twitter. Kuduzi. You can look at his pictures. Flaming, by all objectively speaking, flaming gay, possibly trans. He invites Drew Buffalo. You know Drew Afalo? Drew Buffalo, toxic feminist queen, promotes her account, which now we find out are heated accounts, Adam. Heated accounts.
What's heated account mean?
That heated account is a TikTok employee, which as we know is a fake company. It's actually controlled by the Chinese Communist Party. Xi Jinping, Xiao Zhu, the CEO of CCP TikTok, has pledged allegiance to the Chinese Communist Party, which is a fake company controlled by the Chinese Communist. It literally is controlled by the Chinese Communist Party. You can't gaslight me, all right? It's a fake company. Now, Xiao Zhu has pledged allegiance to the Chinese Communist Party flag. They put their vile hate towards the United States with a possible trans, Kuduzi, definitely a homosexual, and then he puts Drew Buffalo to make fun of men for being short, fat, and bold. I got banned over 780,000 followers on that filth app because I spoke up about the Chinese Communist Party and Drew Buffalo and the relationship with Kuduzi. This guy Kuduzi invited Drew Buffalo to come to a TikTok event and talk about culture on the app. Of course it's outrageous.
I just think that lumping in the people that you're talking about, who I think are radical examples of woke culture and left wing, and with just regular gay people, or even especially conservative gay people, I think that for those people who are on the same side of the political aisle as we are, it alienates them.
Well, put it like this: after I fired that gay employee because I was worried about it being contagious and infecting the rest of us, did you notice that 6 months later, not one guy was gay on our team?
Coincidence? So one thing that comes to mind when you say that is correlation does not equal causation. And a lot of people make assumptions very easily. It could also be that none of your team was gay.
I don't know.
But you can't.
It worked in our case.
Yeah, but you don't think that being gay is contagious? I'll give you an example.
I wouldn't say contagious, but I think if it is around people who maybe are questioning their sexuality, maybe it's a little bit more welcome. You're like, oh, well, he's gay, so like I can like breathe a little. Like, for those people who are gay and they want to hide it, you meet someone who is, you're like, okay, I'm going to cling to you. And so maybe that's where you kind of came in and said, look, I'm going to cut that out. I don't want to have any distraction. Like maybe that was just like because think about it, like business should not have to do with like you being gay or you being straight, or like business is business. And
if you're an alpha male, you should be able to be around women, around men, around gay men without it challenging your sexuality.
I'll say this. I think there's two different schools of thought here. it's because Bill Maher did an amazing story on this, I don't know, 6 months ago about how America's getting gayer and gayer and gayer and gayer.
Yeah.
And by the time that we're in 2050, we're all going to be gay. La, 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 la. But,
and he's right.
So I'll give you two different perspectives.
Not me.
Me neither.
I'll give you two different perspectives. So some would say, well, people didn't feel comfortable or free to express their sexuality 20, 50, 100 years ago. So of course, that's becoming more the norm now because they're just expressing themselves. Cool, got it. Then, kind of like what we talked about in America, we have it so freaking good here that you have something that you need to complain about, that like even if you're not gay and it's kind of cool to be gay, you'd be like, maybe I'm gay a little bit. I don't know.
I think
cool.
I think you're talking about gender politics.
Well, I think that there's that dynamic right there. Here's what I will say. Like, born and raised in Miami, I've been around gay people partying. 100% of the people I've had sex with are women. So I've been to gay clubs. Never once was it even like an option. Not my thing. Meaning, I don't think that it's contagious. Like, if you're a dude and you know you're into chicks, bro, if there's chicks at a gay club, I'm not saying I go there all the time. I've been like 2 or 3 times. Dude, be a straight guy in a gay club. There's going to be girls there. Pick of the litter. Yeah. Like, you get any chick you want there because they're like, oh my God, this one straight guy he's going to hang out with. So I don't think it's contagious. At the same time, I think the as far as sexuality contagious, but the mindset of like, yeah, it's okay. Now, here's what I will not stand for. And I actually want to get your thought on this. Don't fuck with the kids. No drag queens around the kids. No indoctrination around the kids.
Right.
Like any kid, don't even come near me with LBGDT, X, Y, and G. Leave the kids alone. If you're 16 plus, 18 plus, whatever you want to identify as an adult, free to do whatever you want to do with your body. You're 18, 19, 20, you want to chop your dick off, God bless. But if you're 12 years old, stay the hell away from these kids. I have a 10-year-old nephew. I almost killed my sister one time because she's like, oh no, it's okay for him to like be a ballerina. I said, to cut this shit out real quick. Okay, I don't play this game. I know you have strong opinions about this. I think you've said something about only bad parents take their kids to a drag queen show.
Absolutely,
what are your thoughts?
Absolutely. No, look, and I'm boycotting Pizza Hut, and I think every single person watching this should boycott Pizza Hut because of what they have been doing with the drag shows and kids.
Well, I'm not familiar with what they're doing.
Yeah. Well, they're giving free pizza to events that host these drag queens.
I mean, that's how you get kids, candy and pizza.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
And drag queens, obviously.
Drag queens.
Look, so our kids are 100% off limits. It's outrageous. If they come near any children, any of my children, I don't have any children, but in the future, they'll be in a wheelchair for the rest of their life, because that is how we need to be, because we cannot allow our children, our treasure, the future of this country, we cannot allow them to be tarnished and groomed and all of those things that all of these sick, I mean, the whole way that education has gone here in the United States is, I mean, it used to be that saying, boys will be boys, right? Now the feminists have come in and said that you can't say boys will be boys anymore. That's toxic. That's wrong. Boys shouldn't be boys. And so now it's anti-woman. We've got men competing against women, swimming, athletics, all of that kind of stuff. This is all related. And we've lost our Christianity. We've lost God. We've lost our values. We've lost those Judeo-Christian sentiments that founded this country. And it's very sad. It's very, very sad. And it's something that is so dangerous. Soz, I feel very passionately about it. But I think anybody that is trying to fundamentally alter the gender, the identity, the sexuality of young children, they are the scum of the scum on this earth.
Yeah, well said. Nat, I see when he talked about sports.
Yeah,
it's
I hate
funny.
that.
You never see women transitioning into men to compete in men's sports.
Yes.
That never happens.
No.
It's always men taking the easy way out. All of a sudden they're competing with the women. But you're a pretty athletic chick.
Yeah.
You've got strong feelings on what's going on here. What are your thoughts on what Nick said?
I agree with some of the things you said. I think today, actually, a story broke on Valuetainment's website that Hershey put on their commercial. They are marketing a trans woman for Women's Day. We are confused. Unfortunately, we are confused. I see stuff like that, and it's like, what is the value of a real woman? It's like a very confused, like anybody can do it, and it devalues what women really can do in the world. There's pros and there's cons to it, just like everything else. But to see us embrace the confusion, it's very sad, and it worries me for what's ahead. Women's Day is going to be celebrated, and we're going to be having men in dresses to celebrate this year. And everybody's free to do what they want, to be how they feel, and absolutely, but to force everybody to accept you and call you a woman and ma'am, like, I personally don't agree with it. I am not going to be forced to call you ma'am if you're not a ma'am. I'm not going to, bend the rules to make you feel better. If there's a man in a dress in a girl's bathroom, I'm getting out of the bathroom. Like, I am not okay with that. I'm not comfortable with that. I don't think it's okay. You can have your own bathroom. You can go be in the man's bathroom. But, like, I also feel very passionate about that because, we come from a place where, like, women, we're out in the world, and yes, the promiscuity has raised so much. So, like, by default, men are like trying to get at these women. And then it's like, are you dressed up like this and trying to be around women so you can be near us? And like, there's so many things that go through your mind, and it worries me because it's like you're influencing other people around. People who are unsure of their identity, and as you grow up, you are unsure of your identity. So when you see different things, like, oh, maybe I'm that, maybe I'm this, oh, I kind of like that, like, it's embracing that confusion, and it's very scary. And that's why I think today it's very important that we have strong men leading the world. We have, beautiful feminine women influencing the women out there and encouraging, like, you to go through your process and find your identity. But to embrace a trans woman on this Hershey commercial, like, I read the article, and I was like, I just couldn't even like imagine that. In the sports, it's like, why am I competing with a man whose shoulders are this much wider, they're this much taller, and then I have to sit here and compete with them because they've got long hair and
they've got more oppression points than you do.
Yes. Yeah. So it's very sad. I don't agree with it. You're more than welcome to do what you want to do with your life and your body, but I personally am not going to conform to whatever you feel like you want to be that day.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't know that we have Dr. Jordan Peterson on the panel. Shout out to Natalia, aka Jordan Peterson, on the panel today. So if you like that clip, click right here to watch another, or if you want to watch the entire Soscast, click right here.